Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Bell. This is a tutorial for how to access the SD card on this lightsaber. Thank you for your order. Since you know already the nano biscotti function, I wouldn't go over it here again. It's very simple. 3 sounds font, press and hold to switch fonts. Let's go directly to showing how to put in the blade. It'll come with 2 Allen keys, a big one and a small one. The small one is for the blade retention screw. A very tiny one right here. There. And I must say, this is definitely a show saber. It's designed to look good on your shelf and look good to good when you're going to a costume party, but definitely not for sparring exercise. As you can see, it's a 40-inch blade, very long, but the retention screw is small. So please do not practice sparring with this one. There you go. It's not very clear on the video, but there is actually different pulsing effect on all 3 fonts, and I'll have to remind you of the silent function for the Nano Biscotti V4. So if you press and hold and release before the second beep, it's lighting up without a sound. Just be careful with that. Even with just a blade plug, that mode can drain the battery very quickly. Also, I don't know if you know this, but the color is not limited to just green. As long as you have a SD card reader, you can adjust the configuration file on the SD card and switch the color to whatever you want. It's just a basic combo of red, blue, and green. If you want details on how to do that, just let me know and I'll send you another tutorial. Okay, now let's show you how to charge the saber. Unscrew the pommel. There's your 28mm Railmaster speaker. Tap on your wrist while holding the saber to let the inside pop out. That's your recharge port. Just take your charger. There's a tiny light, indicator light on the charger. It'll be red when the saber is charging. It'll turn green when the saber is fully charged. Now don't pull on this too much because the wire is directly connected to the speaker, and if you put too much strain on it, it will break. Speaking of breaking, please inspect the saber carefully upon arrival. If anything does get broken, send it back to me. I'll fix it for free. I will insure the shipping. It's a standard $200 insurance. Whatever damage it may incur during the shipping, I'm pretty sure the insurance will cover it. I'll patch things up and I'll send it back to you free of charge. And of course, if along the way the saber got broken at some point, you could also send it back to me. I'll fix it at basically just a shipping charge or some replacement parts. As long as the outside of the hilt, the metal part, doesn't get damaged, it shouldn't be at too much cost. Maybe it's like loose broken wire. Unless the board got toasted, that's gonna be a bit costly. But for all my customers, I provide the fixing services at minimum cost. Now let's show you how to take the SD card out. Loosen the blade retention screw and keep that. Oh, there will be a belt clip included as well. Now you can take this entire part out. Take off the sheath and you'll see a second screw. Again, take that. Unscrew this part. I know it's a bit of a tricky way to access the SD card. Now, there you see all the excess wires, and there's your Nano Biscotti V4 board. Keep in mind that if you want to pull the board out, always put the kill key in first to kill the power to the board, then take the SD card out. If you take the card out when the board is still active, it may cause some damage. That's about it. Same process, just reverse back, putting everything back together. Now on the board, there's 3 active fonts, but I have put in a whole collection of my sound fonts over the years. You'll find Yoda fonts, Darth Vader fonts, Kylo Ren fonts. There's a lot. There's like 500 megabytes worth of fonts in there. Feel free to switch to other fonts. Just keep in mind that you have to use the correct configuration file, and they're not all designed for Nano Biscotti V4. Some of them are designed for a Crystal Focus, so there will be extra sounds like the force push. Just make sure you delete the extra sound files. And if you have any question switching to different fonts, please let me know, and I'm always glad to help. And there is the display stand. I'm printing out a brand new one for you without the plaque and the inscription, the one that was shown in the listing. It takes a little bit of assembly. I'm sure you'll figure out how to do that. I will ship everything out tonight. Hopefully it will get to you by the end of next week. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoy the Saber.